thing. Yeah, I'm sorry for baiting you guys or whatever, but I need clicks. What's up guys, Dark Show TCG here with another video, and today we have our OP10 sneak peek theory crafting custom leader custom support thing. Yeah, I'm sorry for baiting you guys or whatever, but I need clicks. Anyway, this video is about like me theory crafting a new leader and then some support for OP10. What I think we're gonna get for our Supernova leader, if not exactly this, then something similar to this. And I'm gonna get into why I think it's gonna be like a green yellow law and Supernova and all that stuff. So first big hint. Oh wait, I lied. So here's the leader. First of all, here's the leader. So it is a green yellow Supernova Dressrosa leader for life, 5k power slash. Activate main once per turn. You may flip the top card of your life face up. Subs one of your rested 5-cost Supernova characters is active. Then rest up to one of your opponent's 6-cost or lower characters. So the shambles here, the leader, like the thematic stuff here is that like you pay your costs is like flipping your life up or whatever. And you shambles your active positions, you shambles your character's position. So your opponent's, you're tapping your opponent's characters and then restanding yours. So you're able to like get some good like when attacking effects off and like restand like your blocker, your law, or whatever if you choose to play him, stuff like that. Really nice ability. It's really meant to like, it's green's identity of like you know, going to board and getting that value there. It's law's identity by like switching stuff. Yellow identity with like the life manipulation, flipping it face up, right? And then now we're gonna get into like why I think law, or why I think our Supernova leader is gonna be yellow, is because we got this Jory Bonnie promo announced a while ago, and she says on play, if your leader has a Supernova's type and your life total is equal or less than your opponent's, place up to one of your opponent's 4-cost or lower characters to the top or bottom of their life face up. Basically, if you have less life than your opponent, you get to remove a 4 or less, which I think on curve this is pretty nutty. So like your opponent played Kuzan on 4, you're a 4 life leader, on 5 you play this Bonnie and you put that Kuzan at the bottom of their life, which, you know, it's kind of crazy. This card is pretty good, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like it's kind of everything you want to see, especially with like the current support we have and like what I'm thinking about and theorizing. It's cooking, bro. It's cooking. All right, and then here's like my custom cards, right? Ignore like these images are taken from like the One Piece gacha game, One Piece Treasure Bounty. Don't sue me, please. I have no money. Oh, so we have Bartolomeo, 5-cost 6k unit, no counter special. Supernova Dressrosa Barto Club. Blocker, he's a blocker. Once per turn, if you control a Monkey D Luffy, if this character would leave the field, you may trash 1 card from the top of your life instead. So thematically, you know, Barto, big Luffy fan, Luffy senpai, all of that stuff, right? He rides for Luffy so much, man. Pause. If Luffy's on the board once per turn, you're not getting rid of this card, and that's like by battle or effects. So, and it's also like his barrier technique. He's like protecting, you know, your face or the board or whatever. I think this card is pretty good. I hope this card will be pretty good. And then Hakuba, 5-cost 6k unit, 1k counter slash. Dawn times 1 when attacking. You may trash the top card, the top or bottom of your life cards. This character gains banish during this turn. Then if you have then if you have less life cards than your opponent, this character gains 1000 power for this turn as well. So banish and then like a 5/8, right? It's kind of nutty. If you're even in life or ahead in life, he just gains the banish, and then this synergizes with the leader ability, being able to just like gain an extra stat. This can actually even go to 5/9 on its second swing. So a 5/9 with banish. If this card sticks, it's gonna be painful for your opponent. I chose Hakuba because he's another Supernova that was appeared, or technically another Supernova. He's like Cavendish's split personality. I don't know if you consider him a Supernova. I am, for the purpose of like this testing, the purpose of this deck building. I think this card is great. 5/7 or 5/8/5/9 attacking character with banish is kind of crazy. And then this can even like value trade on the board, which is like green's identity as well with leader ability. And then we have our newest boss monster. So I went with Rosinante as the boss monster, but let me just read the card first before I like go into anything. So 10 Dawn, 12k power, special, no counter, blocker. Once per turn, if your leader is Trafalgar Law, when your number of life cards becomes 0, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to your life cards. Then you may trash one of your Don Quixote Rosinante characters. So this card, I think I wanted it to be super strong. I wanted it to help stabilize the board. I wanted it to have your opponent make a difficult decision while giving you, you know, some other decisions to make. And Rosinante, he's taking the bullet for Law, like he did in the anime, you know, spoilers. He's taking the bullet for Law. He's really taking up for him. I leader locked this. I basically put Anel's leader ability on this card, but like transformed it a little bit. I basically made it so that like you kind of have to answer this card, or you're not killing Law, and then even then like you really just have to get through Rosinante if you want Law. So the theory here is like you can block with this card, and then if for some reason they get some more damage through, your life goes to 0, you lose his ability after you've blocked, trash him, and then you can heal a life, you know. And then notice how I said you can trash one of your Don Quixote Rosinante characters, right? So it isn't just trashing him. If you control another Rosinante, you can just trash that instead and still get this block off. So we're gonna kind of go into like some example deck lists, some theory crafting, some support. My head is in the way of Hakuba, but it's whatever. You guys already know what Hakuba does. And this is kind of like the starter / like bare bones list of like what you want to play in the synergies here that I saw immediately. I was gonna make another 5-cost Luffy, but then I remembered we had this Punch Luffy here who like he trashes your top life, gains 2k power, and draws a card. So I'm like, we don't need another Luffy. We have the Jewelry Bonnie Searcher, searches all of your Supernovas, so it searches your 2Ks, it searches your 5-cost guys. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all it needs to do is search your 2Ks and all of your like mid-range and mid-game targets. You have your 2Ks, they're just Supernova 2Ks that can kind of do things. This can like tap chump blockers. I know in 09, a lot more people are playing chump blockers now, so that's good. This one can rest Dawn when you give it something, so I don't know, maybe you want to rest some Dawn with it. This is another Rosinante that can like block for like these units, and it can also be used for the 10-cost Rosinante. So if this sticks, next turn you play a 2-cost Rosinante, and now you kind of have like crazy decision making you can make, where if you can block, and then if like this would be KO'd, you can like trash this instead, and then you can just like block or let a hit go through and then trash this, gain a life back, then you block. It's crazy. Beige, yellow tax, you kind of got to play beige. Maybe we can sequel this out for another 2k, I don't know. Cavendish, you're a Supernova leader. He restands Dawn. You restand him with your leader. You're untapping 4 Dawn, brother. You're untapping 4 Dawn, brother. Oh man, Monkey D. Luffy, consecutive 8k swings after you mill that top life. So he helps with your leader ability by getting that like flipped up face card to the trash, so that you can like use it again like next turn or whatever. And then he's an 8k swing that can swing twice with leader ability, plus you're tapping something. Bonnie, generically good card, takes people off curve, Supernova target, has counter. The restanding doesn't really, you know, factor in too much, but like it's just more engine, you know. Floodgate Luffy, this card, it stops your other guys from getting popped if he's active and he's on the board. So it's like you can swing with him, restand him, keep him active, and then protect your guys from removal. And then we have like another Rosinante target. So he one key thing is that all of your guys are 5 costs. So he's always hitting something. When he touches the field, he's always playing something that he inherently protects, right? So if you ever stick this and, you know, stick a board with this, it's going to be very difficult to remove, at least for like non-blue decks. And even blue decks have a hard time because they can't Gravity Blade Rosinante and your 5 cost. They'll just spend 7 Dawn to bottom of 5, and you still have an 8/8 coming at them, which can still like protect another 5 that you play out, you know. And then 0-cost event, this is like, it's good trigger. It gets rid of like your Rosie or your other Rosie if your hand is like stuffed, or your Bartolomeo if your hand is stuffed. And this is pretty much like what I think some cards that I may have missed would have been like 5-cost Law Blocker, being able to, I don't know, pick up your Bonnie Searcher, play your Rosinante. So like you can play this Rosinante into your Law Blocker, picking up your Bonnie, playing your Rosinante, and you're insane, right? So like imagine you stick this 10-cost Rosie, he doesn't go anywhere. You play 8-cost Rosie into 5-cost Luffy, and then you have another 2 Dawn. You play 2-cost Rosinante. Your board is fully floodgated, and then they're not killing you. So we're kind of playing like this like turtle-y mid-range law deck that can just like get value off of like swinging and eating your opponent's hand, you know. And that's like where I decided to go with this law leader, where I think this leader and the support I printed is kind of strong. I admittedly thought he was weak before I put this together, but just the things you're able to do if your board sticks is kind of in line with like Green's identity, because I play a lot of Bonnie and I said the same thing on Bonnie, like, bro, if my board sticks, I'm in a really good position. So with Law, this leader, his board sticks, he's in a really good position. I don't think we'll get this leader banned if he were to come out with this support, mainly because he's not like generating too much advantage inherently with his leader ability, you know, and it's not a generic leader ability. It's tied to supernovas, as well as it actually has a cost of like flipping your life face up. And I know that doesn't seem like a cost, but with all there, you know, if you notice, there's no healing innately in this deck aside from 10 cost Rosinante. You can play other non-engine things, like if you wanted to, you could play 10 cost Ace, 9 cost Yamato, those cards. So like if your board is already established, and maybe you can make space for that. But I wanted to go a more pure route, something cool and interesting and unique. And this is where I think, like, you know, hey, yo, Bandai, if you ever need somebody to play test, to like build cards or whatever, I'm gonna go back a few slides. This card is like my magnum opus. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I cooked this card, I was like, yo, bro, this is insane. Like having an Enel lead, it's like thematically, it's spot on, 10 out of 10. Effect wise, it's a really good effect, but it's also leader locked, so it's meant so that if your leader is Law, you're getting only Law can get this, right? And then I guess he kind of needs it, because you can't just sit on mid game bodies forever, you know. And I didn't want to give him an outright healing option, because the original version of this was just like blocker, on play, heal a card. Blocker, on play, heal a card. And then I thought adding the Enel effect as well as healing a card, but I'm like, nah, that's a bit too overtuned. But yeah, this is pretty much all I got. Let me know what you guys think about the custom cards in the comment. Once again, sorry for clickbaiting you guys, but this is just something I really enjoy. I really enjoy yapping about the game and talking about the game. Let me know if, you know, there's some custom cards you guys have that you want me to review. I might open up like a whole thing where I review custom cards, or I make more custom cards. But sitting here and being able to lab and talk about this game is like one of my favorite things ever. So if you guys could just leave a like, a comment, and subscribe so that you can support me doing this, I really appreciate it. Thanks so much, guys. Have a good one.